So finally, we get a closer look at Overkill's The Walking Dead, thanks to a brand new developer diary, which shows off in-game environments within Washington, D.C. More specifically, the Georgetown area of Washington, D.C. Hey guys, what's up? It's Robbie here with Open World Games. And yes, I am so hyped for Overkill's The Walking Dead. It's going to be a single-player experience as well as a 4-player cooperative experience as well. Yeah, they went on into some details here into the actual environment work. This game is running on the Unreal Engine 4, and what we see here appears to be kind of like the base or the hub world. There will be a type of hub space in the game. Of course, let's go back to that actually. I really do want to show that off. So right here you're seeing what appears to be pumpkins. You're seeing some sort of food crops and stuff like that. So you will have to, gather up food, it seems like, in this game. Much like, State of Decay 2, which they're doing a lot of survival stuff. So apparently that's going to be a big part of this game. Of course, what we don't know about this game and what I'm really curious about from some of the artwork that we have here is the game actually a proper open world? The Payday 2 team, they aren't known for open worlds. Are they going to go for it this time? Well, we're going to find out soon enough. And you can see how making use of your flashlight at nighttime seems to be a gameplay feature in the game as well. And then some of the more scary underground tunnel environments here are going to be great for those claustrophobic fights against the walkers for sure. But back to that developer diary. They spoke also about this apartment building, how much detail they're able to squeeze out of the Unreal Engine 4 this time around, and it looks really impressive. This actually ends up being what the game actually looks like. We'll find out. Of course, expect the game to launch on Xbox, PC, and PS4. And they're doing a lot of creative stuff here with the lighting as well. They're going all in. They described some really cool effects that they've really tapped into with the new lighting engine that they are able to work with. You can see some of the details there just on the outside environment, the buildings, but they also spoke about contrast. As you can see here, how dark and creepy it is as opposed to the bright outside. So going into these buildings that are kind of not powered, that have been neglected, is going to be a big part of the experience exploring around the game. And you can see, some of the things that are going on here. This actually does look like a base here. As you can see, there's some sort of building up top. Perhaps this is where some of the survivors live and try to stay alive during the zombie apocalypse. But yeah, super excited for this one for sure. I'm curious to see what we will be getting in terms of base mechanics. A big part of the game will be going out, getting loot and stuff like that. And again, you can see here is one of the interior shots of appears to be maybe an apartment complex in Georgetown. So they're really going for that kind of creepy, decrepit look roaming around these areas. You're not going to be walking into a super bright area, and you can see some of the cockroaches lingering on the ground there, flashing, flickering lights here in what appears to be, I guess that's some sort of storefront, but they did say, yes, the game will be coming out fall 2018, so that is our release date window currently for the Overkill's The Walking Dead. And if you don't know, Overkill is the developer working on this game, and they're also working with Starbreeze, the guys that brought us the Chronicles of Riddick game, which I absolutely loved that game. That game was really impressive. So this team is looking really good. And here's some concept arts, of course, showing off the world of Overkill's The Walking Dead. And this is a more open space. It's almost screaming here that this game could be open world, or perhaps, like hub spaces, maybe like Destiny did, where they're like kind of smaller open worlds, or even like Borderlands. Borderlands wasn't really a complete open world, but perhaps that's what we're getting with Overkill's The Walking Dead. But yeah, you will be visiting monuments within Washington, D.C., as you can see here. We've heard about Washington, D.C. from The Walking Dead show, and we're finally going to be experiencing it in Overkill's The Walking Dead. So freaking hyped for that one, for sure. And then, of course, you have this one right here. This is a curious image. It shows a guy with a flare up top, And then, military guy down here with what appears to be some sort of, white cloth. Maybe he's surrendering. I don't know. Maybe he needs help. We'll find out if that's a mechanic in the game where you can actually go up to NPCs and try to convince them to join you and your group and vice versa. I'm curious to see about that one. But also you'll notice that this is more of an apartment complex area here. So a more urban district. So it looks like perhaps we could be checking out some larger buildings throughout our journey in Overkill's The Walking Dead. And then transitioning into the more underground world here, which this looks absolutely creepy. It kind of reminds me of some of what Tom Clancy's The Division did as well. So that would be very cool to see running on this Unreal Engine 4. And the Unreal Engine is no slouch. It is a beautiful engine, definitely. And moving on, what else do we have here? Yeah, so we're going to be playing with a wide variety of characters, of course. Now, this is one of the characters, and again, it is going to be co-op, so it doesn't sound like it's going to be like State of Decay 2, where State of Decay 2 has, like, randomly generated characters that you play as. You can switch between those characters. Sounds like it's going to be more specific to the plot points in the story that they're trying to tell. Now, this one is one of my favorite concept arts. I know it doesn't look like much, but there's a lot in this concept art for sure. It looks like we have some sort of base of operations being built up. You've got a turret that you can man. You've also got a practice range. I'm hoping that this concept art actually translates into the game where you actually see this in the game. But we did get some hints of that in the brand new environmental stuff. So, yeah, it looks like you're going to be building up your base again, collecting those resources on missions, coming back, and basically surviving together. The Last of Us multiplayer had like a little element of collecting stuff as you played that game. You like collected food, and there was like some sort of base that you never saw. You got the hint that you had survivors, but you never saw it. But it'd be so cool if they went all in on this one for sure. State of Decay 2 is also doing that as well. Yeah, and also, melee weapons, of course, are going to be a big part of the game for sure. And then you have, your pack that you will also be lugging around and perhaps upgrading that as well. I'm sure there's going to be RPG elements in this game. I don't know how deep they would be, but it seems like they're really in tune to, the current trends and stuff like that. But the most recent developer diary was really focused on the world that they are building. And they only spoke about one area, which is Georgetown. And it was interesting that they are highlighting one area out of all the areas in Washington, D.C. So there's going to be, it appears, more areas as they kind of uncover the game and unravel it, through their developer diaries. But yeah, it looks absolutely gorgeous. You can see how there was a family here that was in a panic, trying to get out of the house or out of the state. Something was going on, and the environments tell a story of their own. You don't know what really is going down, of course. You got to really look at the environment and read it, but the environment will definitely be telling a story there. Yeah, I'm really impressed with the lighting model as well. And man, it looks absolutely creepy. I cannot freaking wait. Again, fall 2018, that's what they're saying. Could it be delayed? Hopefully not. But, I've been really also anticipating a lot of news from State of Decay 2. You guys know I've been covering this one. A lot of zombie games coming up. We've got Days Gone as well as, of course, Overkill's The Walking Dead. The Last of Us 2. We've also got World War Z. You guys may remember that movie with Brad Pitt. It's getting its own zombified version, game version, I guess you would say, from the movie. But the ones that I'm really hyped for, that's a tough choice. I'm really hyped for the co-op games, I have to admit. Being able to play State of Decay 2 with friends and enjoy that one. I've been going through and playing, as you can see here, the first State of Decay, the Year 1 edition, and just really getting into it and really, really enjoying the heck out of it. This game right here, to me, feels like a Walking Dead game just because of the character interaction. You've got the pastor that argues with, the other characters about stuff, and then you've got to go out, make sure morale is really good. You see that green bar up there at the top left. The morale is really good. And, State of Decay 2 will be coming out May 22nd. So that's going to be really like the first good zombie experience of the year, I think. Then we're going to be getting into, you know, Days Gone, which is a PS4 exclusive. That one looks absolutely gorgeous. You know, PS4, they have been on fire when it comes to their exclusive, so I have no doubt that one's going to be absolutely amazing. It already looks amazing. I should pull up footage for you guys, but I will be covering that one, as well as, you know, Overkill's The Walking Dead. Let's go back here to some of the depressing sites in this Washington, D.C., or in the case here, Georgetown area of Washington, D.C. But yeah, I'm going to stay up to date on this one. I'm going to keep you guys updated, so stay tuned. Remember to subscribe here to Open World Games, and look forward to more coverage of Overkill's The Walking Dead. Don't forget about State of Decay 2, Days Gone, The Last of Us 2. I kind of neglected mentioning that one. That one's going to be sick. You know, one thing about The Last of Us that I absolutely loved, and let me know if this is the case for you guys, was its multiplayer. I wish that multiplayer had more staying power, because I would play the crap out of that every single day here on the channel, on streams, because I think it's so good. It's almost perfect for like an open world type experience with how they did that. And it kind of actually, in a way, reminds me of State of Decay 2, but it's more PvP focused. So I do hope that they bring back multiplayer with The Last of Us 2. But more importantly, I'm really looking forward to the story with The Last of Us 2. What has Joel been up to? What's Ellie been up to? It looks like it's been many years after the first game. Everyone's grown up in this horrible zombie apocalypse. So very curious to see what becomes of the zombie apocalypse survivors in The Last of Us 2. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned here for more. There goes those creepy crawling disgusting insects across the ground. I gotta squish those. But yeah, stay tuned, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, fall 2018 for Overkill's The Walking Dead. I will see you guys later. Stay tuned for more. And soon we will meet in the zombie apocalypse.